Along with Stephen Barry, behind the wall goes Tim Woods and Justin Lofton. And during that caution, a lengthy pit stop for Mark Davis, Joe Gibbs number 18. We're ready to restart to complete 48 laps. Sean Case, Mike Duncan, Brian Eichler.
Wouldn't count that 40 car out either. He's just lurking right there, kind of hanging in there with these front four guys. He knows how to get around this joint. We know that for sure. Winner of this race last year.
It's Matt Kovaluk from Connecticut.
Second the year before that, and second the year before that. So he's got 2 seconds and a first his last 3 runs here.
I believe a little bit of tire management is not a bad idea in this in these races. Save a little something for those last few laps.
Mike Duncan had a runoff too on the outside on Sean Case, and Sean's giving him the top of the racetrack.
Again, that 44 car, Sean is just getting off the corner so well. He really can open up a little. See that gap come in there when he comes off turn 2, particularly. Really pulls about 4 or 5 car lengths.
Side by side for 5th.
Peyton Sellers on the bottom. That team ran the whole year on 1 car, 1 motor. His crew chief is his brother. His dad is usually with him. We're missing you tonight, Dad.
And they finished in the Busch East Series ahead of teams that spent more than 2.5 times as much to run the season as they did. They got a lot done with very little.
His dad one time pointed to a couple of trophies on the wall and said, "That's our new home right up there." Spent all sorts of money trying to help his kid become a superstar, and it's happened.
Boy, Eichler is really getting impatient with Joey Logano. He's had a fender alongside of him a number of times here. They made a little contact. 16's wanting to go. Put the bumper to him a couple of times.
Here's Ralph.
Tremendous amount of work going on the front end of Justin Lofton's car. Justin, what happened in that incident?
You know, I don't know. The 3 got spun. I don't know if the 8 hit him or exactly what, but you know, someone just spun in front of us and we hit him, spun around, and the 54 got us. And, this is how it goes. The second showdown for me like this, which is real unfortunate for everyone in the Lofton Racing Group and Kinetic and Klotz and everyone. We had a real awesome car. It started 22nd. I think we're up to like 14th or something, but oh well, we're going to get fixed and try to burn some laps.
Well, Stephen Barry was involved in that as well, and he's out of his car. Stephen, can you tell me your perspective what that incident was all about?
You know, well, first of all, I'd just like to thank God and Liberty University for giving me this opportunity. We wouldn't be able to be here without them. We were just hard racing. Our car was perfect. We were just, you know, it's a long race, 250 laps, and the guy kept holding me down. I just passed him at restart before, and we just had the littlest slight of contact. He didn't give us enough room. Maybe I didn't give enough room. I don't know. Just hard racing. And just got, you know, lost it. And I'm sorry for my sponsors. I'd like to thank Toyota for giving us a big show here. And hopefully we'll come back next year full time and show them what it's all about and show them what I can really do.
Thanks, fellas. Now, of the drivers involved in that incident, Tim Woods was checked and released. He is okay. Michelle Theriot walked to the ambulance, took the ride to the care center. They are going to take her to a local hospital for observation, but she was walking, talking, and seemed to be okay. Just shook up a little bit.
And Stephen Barry there, just a really nice kid. I talked to him before the race. Limited funds, doesn't have a lot of experience. Hate to see him have trouble tonight.
And as you have noticed, Eichler has passed Joey Logano.
Yeah, I think if I were Logano, I would have probably let him go sooner than he did, because Eichler was getting very impatient. He's got a fast car. I think he's going to be able to get up here and challenge.
Good battle here. You're watching Eddie McDonald on the outside of the 50, Eric Richardson.
And if you like low buck racers, cheer for Eddie McDonald in that number 48. He's got one of the smallest trailers here. In the middle of the afternoon, they had a huge chain. What were they working on? The trailer, trying to tie it together. It had a big sag in the middle, and they got to tow all the way back to New England with that sagging old trailer.
But Doc, you listen to that engine in the car. That's the deal on these crate engines and these spec engines. Not a lot of RPM, but you can tell a lot of power. Not that 9,500 that we hear in a Cup car.
And this kid McDonald is really good. Driver number 48. He won a race earlier this year at Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Everything he gets into, he's fast.
Listen to this thing come up off the corner now. Sound like an old Harley Davidson or something.
McDonald has cleared that pair, racing side by side. Richardson and Nick Lynch in the 29. Now at second place.
And
Brian Eichler keeps marching to the front.
And he was just right out sideways going into the first corner, Mike, trying to get by Mike Duncan.
I think Eichler, he's going to wear his rear tires out because he has been sideways a lot, I tell you. He's fast, but he's using up a lot of right rear tires.
But remember his strategy, Darrell. What he wanted to do was to run hard and see how the tires would behave. At lap 100 or thereabouts, they get a chance to come in, put 4 fresh ones on. So he is studying. He's going to school on those tires.
He needs to talk to Harry Hogg. We'll do it your way, then we'll do it my way.
There you go. I'll tell you what, he's rocking sideways a lot of the time.
Every corner, exit of every corner, he just turns he dirt tracks her. Watch him.
Well, it'll be his undoing if he loses it, for sure.
66 laps complete. At lap 100, we'll have a competition yellow, and these drivers will get 7 minutes to make adjustments and fire on 4 fresh tires. This is the same Goodyear tire that all these cars run on oval tracks under 1 mile. So the teams are very familiar with how these tires should perform for them. 7th, 8th, and 9th. Now 2 laps ago, that 29 of Nick Lynch was flat out sideways coming out of turn number 2, and it brought him right back into the clutches of Richardson in the 50.
And Lynch is doing a really nice job here this weekend. This is the first time he has been behind the wheel of a race car all year long. He is the younger brother to Scott, who today ran the Craftsman Truck Series race at Martinsville, Virginia. So it's a family car. Nick got the ride. Remember a couple years ago, Mike, when he won the elite qualifier here?
Yes.
In the Showdown?
I just love that sound. That's pretty cool. High gear, a lot of power. That's why the high line is so effective here. With that high gear and that torque, you just run around the top, keeps it wound up. You lay that up against a 9,500 RPM Cup engine, that thing sounds like a bullfrog. Cup engine sounds like a bumblebee.
Leaders are getting into lap traffic now down in turn number 1. Sean Case is having to pick his way around some of the slower cars, but Mike Duncan has been unable to stay right up near him. Case maintains that lead even with the heavy traffic.
Well, I noticed that again, Eichler is dirt tracking that thing off the corner. I just don't see how his tires are going to make it.
Now Case has got him double wide ahead. Woody Pitcat gives way in the number 6. And the 28 of Chris Bristol.
It's going to get interesting here now, Mike, with these guys catching the back of the field, working lap traffic. It's going to be interesting to see what line they pick.